Black Light, Cyberspace Ministry, the Aboriginal Universal Supreme Conscious Council of the Elders. I left off talking about my gig up at Rochester Hills, temporary job, how the Nazis, me and my boy, we was surrounded by Nazis and uh, Klansmen, and they had their eyes on us. They didn't want us to be permanent employment. But the boss at that time, Doug, the way I hooked up, I rigged a little device where uh, I could work it so I can work it faster than they could stock me. In other words, by the time the truck comes with the stock, I been ran out. So I hooked, ran out of stock. So he liked the way I was doing things ahead of schedule. I wasn't messing around. So the boss liked the way I was doing it. So on that particular job location, he kept me there. But they had fixed it so my crackhead buddy, he was in another department, and they ran him out of there, and he went home for a couple of days. But if he would have stayed off the job, he would have got fired. So I didn't want him to get fired. So I went and picked him up, encouraged him to come to work, but he still stayed in the apartment. So the two particular Klansmen, young cats, we was all around the same age. I was a young guy, I was in my I was in my 20, about 30, you know, and the two whiteys, they were messing with my boy. So I told my boy, I said, look, man, I say, don't be afraid of them. Uh, they trying to get you out of here. I say, but we gonna get rid of them too, you know. So we studied them, found out that every day at lunchtime they would come back late because they were alcoholics, you know, and they come from temporary staff like we did. So they figured like since they white, they can do what they want to, and that we'll go. That me and him go because the guy wanted to offer us a permanent position there if we kept performing like that. So they felt like they could do what they wanted to do because they were Caucasian. But the boss, he didn't care about that. The owner of the operation, he didn't care about that. He wanted production, and he wanted quality production, which I was sitting out. I was doing the work of 2 or 3 cats. And so plus, what helped me was that device that I had rigged up. So he would let me go home. So like if we get off at 3 o'clock, I get finished at 2. He'll pay us for that. Let us go home. But the Peckerwood, by them being alcohol, my boy, he barely holding on because he a crackhead. So I told him, I said, look, this is how we gonna get rid of them. So on the way home that night, we stopped by the liquor store, and I got a fifth. No, I got a gallon. What was it? What comes after a fifth? Half a gallon or something of Seagram's gin. I say, man, this how we gonna do it. I say, if you can get some crack, man, because I know they probably do crack too. I say, get some crack. I say, I'll pay for it. And I say, at lunch, just before we go to lunch, we gonna get them out of here. And I say, just follow my lead. So the next day, came, and lunchtime came, and lunch bell rung, and so we went out to the car, So I say, hey man, look, I need some gas money to get home, man. You know, so I say, I got some gin on the ride. I forgot how much it was, but it was a lot. And I say, I need some gas money to get home, man, you know. And so anyway, I convinced him into buying that. So when it was one guy, the other guy had went on up the road. So my boy approached him with the crack. So he only had about 2 bumps, you know, 2 rocks left. So cause he's supposed to have more, but he did it up. So he had about 1 or 2 left, and so he sold the guy the bump, and so they went up the road. They didn't come back to work till about an hour later. There wasn't nobody working their job, and me and my boy, I was pumping them out, and you see they was to receive what I was throwing out on the other end and pack them or something, you know. I forget what their job was at. Anyway, they got fired. The Nazis and the other people, they didn't like that when I got them fired. So they start threatening my boy, and he just quit. But I said, I ain't quitting, because as long as I got my two pieces with me, I said, I shoot one of these motherfuckers, you know. I shoot them, you know. I said, I shoot them in the leg or something. And I say, but see, because I lived in Detroit, and they stayed up in Rochester Hill. I shoot them and get the hell out of there, you know. So they started coming at me on lunch. They was going to give me a lunch. So I put my 2 pieces on the dashboard. Boom! Like that, you know. So they didn't mess with me. So they said, we'll get him another kind of way. So they had a high-low. So one of the high-low drivers, I was working on my spot, and the high-low driver dropped a box of metal, boom, near me. So I cussed him out. So he got off the high-low, and I had my gats in my coveralls, and I said, I ain't gonna pull it out. I said, I'm just gonna point it at him. So I pointed at him. So he backed off, but I thought about that. I say, man, they could get me while I ain't looking, you know. I say, so I'm gonna tell the boss, it's over. So I told him what happened. I said, yeah, man, you know, I say, y'all Peckerwoods is mad. So the boss said, no, you know, tell me who did it, I'll fire him, you know. So I told him. So he said he fired. So he said, come on back to work. I said, no, because the whole planet's like that. I said, you got some Nazis out there, and skinheads and everything. I say, man, they don't want me out here. So I say, if I work out there, somebody gonna get killed, you know, and it ain't gonna be me. So it's best for me to, you know, leave this alone. Cause y'all probably call it y'all probably call 5-0 on me if I shoot one of them, you know. So I left it alone, you know. But it goes to show you, you know, that they can be outwitted. You know, they could be outwitted. You know, and the Caucasians, he's like this, man. As long as you can make him some money, he don't care what you say about him or what you do. But if you making him some money, you know, you win there. You know, that's all it's about with him. Money. But it ain't about that with you. It's about slavery. Because you never get over him. You know. But that story right there, what I told you, just to let you know that I never was scared of him. I be by myself, man, when I go out in them suburbs working. You know. I be strapped though, you know. I be strapped, but I will shoot, you know. But now, you know, I'm gonna tell you about how I'm unarmed now. I don't carry no weapon. Somebody somebody set me up. Maybe in the next episode of this, I might tell you. But anyway, I found out that the Spirit of the Most High came, comfort me, and let me know that I don't need weapons. All I need is this is my weapon, my mind. You know, my mind is my weapon. And if I ever get in a tight situation, I'll come out on top. Every time. Every time I come out on top. You know, because it's the force of the universe is with me. Because I'm doing righteous. Now, when you do unrighteousness, you ain't got the force with you. You know, when you do unrighteous, see, that's what kept Elijah Muhammad on top. He was doing righteousness. You know, and he had, y'all think he had, when he had morning, when he had all them wives. See, all the prophets had more than one wife. You know, Abraham had more than one wife. He wasn't the first one to have more than. Look how many wives Solomon had. But see, under the authority of the white man, he tell you can't have but one wife, and that's but he be having prostitutes, a mistress. Look at Clinton. You know, Clinton, he was freaking up in the White House. You know, y'all accepted that. You know, y'all accepted Clinton freaking with Monica Lewinsky. But I'm talking about blacks, y'all uppity blacks. But when Elijah, when he found out Elijah had more than one wife, y'all didn't want to listen to what he had to say no more. You know, because of Malcolm. You know. And y'all fell in love with Malcolm and dissed Muhammad, dissed Elijah. You know. So, you know, that's not good sound reasoning to somebody that think like me. That shows me that y'all, whoever think like that, is in love with the white man and hates himself. But you really don't love the white man. You just scared of him. And you feel comfortable in him giving you nothing. You're comfortable with this. You don't realize who you really are. So I think that most of us, a whole lot of brothers that's aware of who they are, and we ready to rule. We ready to rule, baby. So I might end this segment down. I might come back with another one. But this is Blacklight Out. And are we ready to throw down? I say yes, we are. We ready to rule. Better make up your mind. It's judgment time. Blacklight Out.